everyone, my name is a theme park evangelist. It is time for my weekly Wednesday surprise vlog, which is um, actually being pre-recorded early Wednesday morning at like 12:49 in the morning, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. However, though, I will be publishing this or officially having this go live on my YouTube channel, whatever you want to go with, at 5 p.m. today on Wednesday. So, the week before Christmas, December 18th, 2024. So, today, I kind of already said what I was going to be talking about Tuesday afternoon, but for those of you who do not know, if you did not read the title, or you just happen to see that I posted another vlog and you're like, oh, this looks interesting, I am going to be talking about what it's been like for me being a Door Dasher. So anytime I don't talk about something that's regarding theme parks and travel, I don't tend to put it on my Facebook page just because I try to keep my Facebook page distinctly just to theme park and travel content, and that's it. And, very seldom do I post anything else on there that does not have to do with that. But the primary purpose of my Facebook page is travel and theme park content. So it's been almost 3 months now that I became a Door Dasher. The reason why I became a Door Dasher in the first place is because I wasn't honestly making a lot of money from my hotel job. I had just started in early September. I was making 40 hours a week. And by early October, they basically told me that they were going to be cutting back everybody's hours as the winter was going to be approaching. And I knew I could not live on that. They did try to train me in other departments, but I knew the only way for me to survive was for me to try picking up hours, and not just pick up hours in other departments, but to look for a second job. So I downloaded the Indeed app on my phone, and I started looking like religiously every single day. But the problem is my job is very particular. They want me to only either have Mondays and Wednesdays off, or pretty much, and that's only for the winter, by the way, or pretty much just, be ready to work on a Monday or Wednesday in the event that they need to call me and go, oh, hey, we have deep cleaning projects for you to do, or hey, we had a call out today at the front desk or in the laundry room. We need you to come in and cover. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll be there, because apparently when I say no, they're like, but David, you are always good about coming in. Like you said you need the hours. Like, it almost comes like they're guilt tripping me. It's like, really? But don't get me wrong. The perks are really nice, and I cannot disagree with that. So, and I'm not gonna sit here and bash on my job, because if they see this, I could lose my job. But I really want them to know that despite some of the bad things that have been going on, which I'm not going to go into, we only heard a very small portion of it. Hey, at the end of the day, I get a very special rate. I get a free breakfast at every single Hilton. Katie, my fiance, is welcome to stay there with me at the Hilton. And I also have a family and friends rate. It's half off the standard rate. I can have up to 30 people on there. And I just actually added on one of my aunts on there, so that way she and her husband can go ahead and book their stay for their upcoming honeymoon. Oh, not honeymoon, sorry. Whoa. I'm in their upcoming cruise. That's what I meant to say. So, I'm very excited for them. I really am. But anyway, yeah, I figured I would just go ahead and go over the whole door dashing thing. So, like, I'm not going to go into anything specific, but like any stories, but I just wanted to tell you guys, like, more or less, like, what it's been like, why. I mean, you already heard why I do it, but you're going to probably want to know where I go door dashing at, what time I go door dashing at, how often I door dash, yada yada yada. So let's start with, how often do I go do how often do I do DoorDash? So that's an honestly a great question, um, because my time off tends to vary between being off on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays overall. Sometimes I'm off on Thursdays too. Um, Very rarely do I get a weekend off. It's very rare because of the fact that that's when they're at their busiest and that's when management likes their time off. So that's why I'm supposed to come in and kind of jump in there. I used to get a lot of Fridays off, but not as much as I used to. So once again, that's another day. It's like very rare, but overall, I try to be out on the road doing delivering food early in the week. That's not an ideal time because of the fact that there's like nobody that is wanting to order food. Also, I'll go ahead and answer when do I do it. So you already heard like specifically what time of the week I do it, but like what time of the day do I do it? I try to go out about lunchtime, just because that's usually when I finally can get my butt out the door. Just because with me being off so much right now, I just don't have a lot of motivation to go out the door until about lunchtime. So typically from 12 to 2, you're going to get a good amount of orders. I have a lot of downtime from 2 until about 5 o'clock. I might have like the odd order about 4 o'clock, but overall, that is my downtime. I know for sure on Tuesdays specifically, I might be fortunate and only dash for an hour and a half around lunchtime, and then I literally will have nothing at all for the rest of the day. I might have like a couple on a Tuesday evening around dinner time if I'm really lucky, but most of the time, that's it. That's like it for me for the day. Like today was a very slow day for me. I only made $19. That was pitiful. I've never had it that bad before. Like I don't know what, or I shouldn't say today, but yesterday was really pitiful, and I don't know what happened. No, because I'm pre-recording this in advance. I don't even know what tomorrow is going to be like. Or in your case, because you're watching this in the future, what today was like. So the next time I get a chance to talk about DoorDash with you guys, which will be next week, I'll have to tell you guys a little bit more about how DoorDash went for me for the rest of the week. I even tried going back out again at night, and I still didn't get anything. I was like, man, usually I can get at least one order. One! But I got nothing. I was like, what? I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed. I typically do dash out in Grant County, though, if you were wondering where I DoorDash. Um, Grant County is the county I'm currently residing in for the time being. It's a very quiet county, so literally all we have around here is a Cracker Barrel, a couple of mom and pop restaurants, a couple of Subways, um, the odd gas station, a Chinese buffet, which honestly can be part of the mom and pop restaurants, some fast food restaurants, and quite a few hotels, and only because of the arc, and several pizza places. But only one of them actually do I get DoorDash orders from on a regular basis. So, yeah, it's definitely been quite an adventure. I mean, if I could, tell you guys all the stories, we'd be here all night, but I don't got the energy nor the time, nor do you guys have the time for that. But, it's, it can be really interesting times. Sometimes, if I'm really fortunate, and depending on timing, I might go out to Florence to DoorDash because it's usually busier out there, not always. So, DoorDash makes no sense when I'm in Florence, which I don't understand. Like, I'll try getting on DoorDash when I'm in Walton, and I won't get anything. And it's just ironic when you first enter Florence, which is Mount Zion Road. I still won't get anything. There have been days when I'm actually um, coming up towards Chick-fil-A, and there's two Chick-fil-A's in. Actually, there's three Chick-fil-A's in Boone County right now, and one of them is in an airport, and the other two are um, in Florence. One of them is on a road called Mall Road, and there's another one that is off of Houston Road, which is a very busy road with a lot of restaurants, just like Mall Road. So, I'm coming up to exit 180 one day, and I was like, okay, DoorDash, now is the perfect time to give me Chick-fil-A. And it wouldn't do it. And I was like, really? Like, when I want it to give me Chick-fil-A, it doesn't want to give me Chick-fil-A. No, it sends me to freaking Arby's once I actually get. I even got off on the exit. I remember this because I was like, come on, give me Chick-fil-A. And I kept wanting to go Chick-fil-A that day because I was craving it. I'm literally walking towards Chick-fil-A at one point to go get my food, and it sends me back to Arby's. I was like, why? But I'm not even kidding. There have been times when I'm getting ready to pass by exit 180, and that's this perfect opportunity to let me know to go Chick-fil-A, and I'll get just past it, and all of a sudden DoorDash will go to Chick-fil-A. And this was back before the other one reopened from construction, was being remodeled. And I was like, oh. So I literally have to get off on the next exit, backtrack just to go over there. And meanwhile, DoorDash is like, tick, tick, time is ticking. You've got 10 minutes to get your butt over there. And I'm like, excuse me, you could have told me like 2 minutes ago that I had a DoorDash order. No, you wait till I get past the exit, and then you say something, and then you try to fault me for it. It's like, and I hate to say this, but DoorDash support sucks. Like, I literally just had an incident last week, so um, I had gone over to McDonald's for a customer, and the customer placed an order. McDonald's did not have the order whatsoever. And then DoorDash was like, well, we'll pay for it then because we want this customer to be happy. And they were like, well, we can't find this code, so just go ahead and tell us what the customer wants. So I'm reading off the list, and then McDonald's is like, well, stop right there. We don't have that particular item. I'm like, so I'm like, okay, well, so I come up and I go to find my card, my red card. It's a special card that DoorDashers get. And I'm like, where's my card? Where's my card? And I'm like, oh no. And I was like, I can't find it. I have no way to pay for it. I don't have any money. And Katie didn't have any money. And they were like, I'm so sorry, sir, is all I got out of them. And I'm thinking to myself, are you really, though? Are you really sorry? And I even talked to DoorDash about it, and they were like, oh, you don't have to pay for that. We got it. Just tell them we got it taken care of. I'm like, I'm sorry, but they wouldn't let me freaking pick up the order unless I gave them some kind of payment. So they were like, oh, don't worry about it. Just cancel it. And then they turned around and locked my account for the rest of the night. And I was like, what did I do? It's like, I shouldn't be punished for this. So I will tell you guys at least this story. So last night I had picked up an order for a guy here in Dry Ridge, and I'm not going to tell you where he lives or anything, but he lives. A lot of people actually live near-ish me, so like within 10, 15 minutes, because I live off of US 25. So I had pulled over at a Wendy's in Crittenden, and I gave them the name for the order, and the guy wanted a cheese baked potato, and they said they were out of cheese baked potatoes. So I marked the item as unavailable. DoorDash said, "Don't worry about it. We've already refunded the customer his money. Just get everything else." I was like, "Okay, well that solves my problem on that." So I went ahead and I let the customer know, "Hey, the order's going to take. It's been taking a while. I try to communicate. I picked up the order. I took the receipt photo. I accidentally put in the address into my GPS before I got on the interstate, thinking, oh, this person lives in Dry Ridge, so let me get on the interstate." No, apparently I had gotten US 25, so I end up accidentally delaying myself by 10 minutes. So this customer is already PO'd off with me because A, I didn't have his cheese baked potato, and apparently that was my fault. And then B, because of the fact that I was actually 10 minutes late. So he straight up gave me a 1 star for the two mistakes that I had supposedly made. Okay, the attendance thing definitely was more on me, but the cheese baked potato, come on, man. That's not the first time I've had issues with that Wendy's. Honestly, I've been actually having issues with that Wendy's quite a few times in the past, and this has been coming an ongoing thing where I'll go into that Wendy's and or just go through the drive-through and they don't have this or this is not working or whatever. I'm just like, come on, Wendy's, get it together. I've been having issues with Speedway and Dry Ridge too. I'll go into Speedway on my way to work and get their coffee because I try to stay away from the coffee at work. It's for the customer, sorry, not customers. It's for the hotel guests. It's not for the employees. Sure, the employees are allowed to drink it, but that doesn't make it right. So I intentionally stop at Speedway and get myself coffee if I know the money for it. It's only a couple of bucks. It's not going to kill anybody. On top of that, the coffee at hotels is not very good. But, I'll put up with it. So anyway, I will get to Speedway, and almost every single thing they have is either broken or out of product. And apparently their trucks hardly ever come because of the fact that they never seem to have anything working. And I will give this Speedway this, the one closest to me. At least they stay on top of their hot bar. The other one further down the road, their um, hot bar was working shortly after the remodel, which the remodel took place over a period of several months. And then it was maybe working for a month and then it broke again. And it's been like that ever since. And I'm like, seriously? You guys were down for months. You reopen and now you can't even fix your hot bar. I'm like, come on. So I don't know what it is around here. I've noticed that, and then I guess Katie had gone into Speedway in Erlanger last Thursday. We were going to go to the Cincinnati Zoo and vlog the PNC Festival of Lights with Danny and Daniel, and because I had been up since 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, I need another coffee, but I was also running behind. So I asked Katie, "Hey, can you stop at Speedway? I'll send you $2. I just got paid, and can you go to Speedway and get me some coffee?" And they literally had nothing available except straight up regular coffee, dark roast. I was like, I'm like, why? I'm like, you guys are sad or pathetic, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I mean, I don't get it. obviously I'm not the only one that I'm not just dealing with these businesses while I'm doing DoorDash. I'm obviously dealing with them even in my own personal time on my way to work. It doesn't, or even on my way home from work, even on my breaks, I've been dealing with these pathetic businesses. I'm just like McDonald's and dry ridge has really gone down the toilet lately. I mean, I would rather go to the one in Crittenden. That's where I actually go to if I am going for my own personal gain. But if I'm going for DoorDash, I go where I get told to go. And I know it seems annoying that I show up as often as I do, and I'm like, hey, if a customer wants to come here, what am I supposed to do? I was like, come on, man, I gotta make money somehow, so that's why I'm here. And it's not like my job is able to give me more hours right now. Come the spring, if I'm still at the hotel, obviously I'm not going to be working DoorDash as much as I used to, and then you guys won't see me as much. I mean, yes, they might still see me in the sense that I'll be coming in for my large iced caramel coffee again because it will once it gets warm, cool again. Then I'm gonna want to come in for my iced coffee versus going to Speedway and getting my hot coffee because Speedway does have good iced coffee. Don't get me wrong, but nowhere as good in my opinion as McDonald's. But that's also just my opinion. If you guys like your Speedway iced coffee, if you guys are familiar with that, then kudos to you. I'm 100% supportive of that. So, the last thing I wanted to touch up on was sorry, not Speedway, with DoorDash is the fact that I would say the longest, because you guys are probably wondering, what is the longest DoorDash order I have ever had? And I actually remember this one night. It was I think it was actually a Tuesday night. It was actually a very busy Tuesday night. It was either that or Thursday night. I don't remember now. It might have been a Thursday night. Anyway, I just remember the fact that I was heading to some. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, it was a Chinese restaurant my dad used to order from in Burlington, and the customer had ordered this Chinese meal, and the customer lived in Petersburg, Kentucky. No, don't get me wrong. I had a customer that lived in Greendale, Indiana, and they ordered from Burlington, Kentucky as well. But that one wasn't as bad because that one was a straight shot, and it was in a familiar area. Versus the one in Petersburg, Kentucky, was even worse because this person I had to literally drive all the way towards the Creation Museum, and then I had to take back roads all the way to this person's house, and then it was almost impossible to see it because of how pitch black it was at the time. And then the GPS, for whatever reason, decided to take me left out of their house. So I was thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe there's another way back to um, my fiance's place in Erlanger, and ended up taking me into uh, another city, another local city, through the downtown area. It had me kind of do a U-turn, so to speak, without actually doing a U-turn, having me go back the same way I just came from, back up the mountain or hill, whatever, and then back to I-275, and I'm like, why couldn't you have done that for me in the first place? I could have easily turned right out of the driveway. No, you had to make it that much more difficult. I swear, I've hated my GPS so much since I started doing DoorDash. It's not even funny. But it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. It's not funny when I'm doing it. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about being a DoorDasher or a Dasher. Um, I can just tell you guys this much. Some weeks I do extremely well. The most I've made in one week was $150, but that was almost 2 months ago. And the least amount I've made in a week is about $35. I would say my average is, if depending on how much I'm available, is usually anywhere from $50 to $100. I'm striving for that 100 this week because I really, really, really need it, and that's the only reason why I'm surviving right now. Is the only reason why I have gas for the car. Obviously, it's not enough to pay off debt or trying to think here. Sorry, put money towards a credit card, anything to that nature, pay off bills. But it at least does put gas in the car. It does at least buy groceries and does at least provide me food. So that's kind of how I see it, and it does at least keep money in the bank account in the event that I need it. And that's the biggest reason why I am doing DoorDash. Well, I will see you guys in the next vlog, which is tomorrow night. Talking once again in future tense. At the Ark Encounter for Christmas time 2024. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great night. Peace out.